Hello, my lovely little morning doves. So today's video is going to be kind of short and sweet. I'm just going to do a tag video for you today. I know that I said I was going to do kind of an update on how my moving has been going, but with the first of next month, I'm going to be finishing my move and moving in with Haven and having like a permanent space and a more exciting backdrop, hopefully, all that stuff. So I will do it then when I'm kind of finalizing my move, because I'm still kind of in like limbo right now with it, and just kind of hanging out with family, and I have a room, but it's not a permanent situation just yet. So I will update you guys on everything once I am really settled in and can kind of give you all that news. So the tag I'm going to do for you today is one that I saw Emily Boo do a week or so ago. I thought it was cute. And it's nice and short. It's just the alternative tag. And I thought it would be fun, and I haven't done a tag in a while, so let's get right into it. Question 1. Describe your style. If I had to describe my style, I guess I would say that I am definitely gothic. If not like 100% in the way I dress. The literature I read, the movies I like, a lot of the music I like is all very much kind of in the gothic category. I also like metal music and things like that. I kind of dress metal sometimes, and also punk. I like all of those aesthetics. But sometimes I dress in frilly skirts and kind of more Victorian stuff. So it's changing all the time. It kind of depends on the time of year. In the summer, I like to pull out all of the cute dresses and parasols and go a lot more romantic goth. And in the winter or in the fall, I'm wearing like my studded jacket and ripped jeans and combat boots, and it's much more like metal or like punk rock. So yeah, it's kind of all over the place, but generally I use alternative as an umbrella term for what I am, but goth works just as well. 2. How did you start wearing different clothes, piercings, hairstyle, etc.? I think the first thing I ever did, beyond like getting my ears pierced in the 4th grade at a Claire's or something, which like everyone does, was in college. In my sophomore year, I want to say, I dyed my hair black, which wasn't a big step for me. My hair was already very, very dark brown. In fact, if my hair is black and I don't do anything to my eyebrows, don't fill them in or anything, it looks like my natural hair, because my eyebrows are basically black too. So it wasn't like a huge step, but it was super exciting for me because I had always been like kind of very protective of my hair, and I rarely cut it, and I didn't do anything with it, and I was like, oh, I'm finally gonna do it. I'm gonna like dye it black, and I was really excited, and I loved it. First thing I did after dyeing my hair black was get myself my 3rd piercing, which was so exciting. And it was, I believe over here on my right ear, I pierced myself with just like a sewing needle in my dorm room in college. And that was that. Like, once I figured out that I could get through piercing myself without like throwing up or like freaking out or having some kind of anxiety attack, I've pierced myself 7 more times or 6 more times. I think I've pierced myself 7 times total. So I've got 5 piercings in my ears. 2 I had in this year I did not keep. One of them I didn't position it quite right, so I let it heal and I replaced it with the one that is here. And I used to have one in my cartilage that I also removed. I pierced my lip, and then I pierced my belly button just recently. Number 3, do your parents accept your style? Yes, my parents are very supportive and loving and wonderful. When I wanted to dye my hair black, my mom helped me dye my hair. My dad is really into the fact that I like taxidermy and collecting dead things, so whenever he finds something dead, he tends to keep it for me. He was the one who showed me how to do taxidermy in the first place. That does gross my mom out a little bit. She's supportive of it, but she doesn't really. When we skinned a squirrel on the kitchen table Christmas morning, she wasn't exactly thrilled. Neither of my parents were thrilled about me piercing my face. I was going to do it while I was still in college, and I actually, like, that was the first time I got like an ultimatum. They were like, just wait till you're out of college, like, we can't really stop you, but like, don't pierce your face. Um, so yeah, I did wait on piercing my lip for quite a while because I knew that my parents weren't thrilled about that. But otherwise, they've been completely awesome about everything. They still accept me for who I am, regardless of the fact that I pierce my face, or if I do something weird with my style that isn't, you know, completely their favorite. They're still supportive of it. They don't mind. 4. Have you ever suffered bullying for being different? Yeah, I think anybody who has had like the alternative style or any kind of differences you're going to get picked on for at some point. The majority of my bullying has come online. I've been lucky that in person I've not really had much in terms of negative comments or anything of that nature, because I know that there are people who take a lot of abuse in real life for how they look from family or from strangers who don't understand, and that's really sad. But for me, luckily, it's really been just random trolls online like to kind of try and get under your skin now and again. And that doesn't really bother me at all because they're just strangers. They're no one, and everyone who I'm around and my family and my workplace are all very accepting of who I am and what I look like, and that's really awesome. Number 5, what is the most outrageous look you've ever had? Probably going to say there was a time that I did shave my eyebrows, which I don't consider outrageous. Like, don't think that I'm saying, like, oh, it's outrageous to shave your eyebrows, because there are many goth goddesses who do it all the time and look fabulous. But it was a big deal for me the first time I shaved them off. And, like, it was really exciting and nerve-wracking because I was like, you know, like, whatever happens and however well I can draw eyebrows back on, like, it was still something that I was going to have to live with until they grew back if I didn't like them shaved. And it was okay, but I prefer my own eyebrows. They grow pretty well and evenly-ish and stuff. Like, my natural eyebrows are not at all unreasonably hard to keep groomed. So for me, it's just easier to keep them as is, and I just put a bit of red through them. So yeah, that was for me. It felt pretty extreme to completely shave my eyebrows off. Okay, so number 6 is kind of like a tag along on number 2, asking, have you ever had any piercings or tattoos? Yes, I have pierced myself 7 times, and I do have this small tattoo on my wrist. It says "Find Your Art." I got it when I was 18, right after graduating high school. It is something that my favorite teacher wrote in my yearbook. It meant a lot to me, so I decided that I wanted it. Actually, it was a year after I graduated high school that I got that, now that I think about it, because I remember for a year I would write it on myself all the time, and I kept thinking I might as well just go get it done because it was always written on my wrist, and I decided I wanted to go and just get it done permanently because I liked it so much, and I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to get more tattoos, but I'm too poor, sadly. Piercings are cheap because I can do them myself. I can get jewelry and piercing needles relatively cheap, and I can shove a needle through myself all day long, but unfortunately I have neither the skills nor the equipment to make beautiful tattoos, and so that's going to have to wait a while. But someday I will have so many tattoos and they will be beautiful, and my skin will be awesome and expensive. And number 7, what would you say to people who are suffering or being judged for the way they look right now? Like I said, for me, this hasn't really been an issue outside of internet trolls. And I know that it is such a huge thing for so many people, and I wish I could give more real life experience type of suggestions on how to deal with it. But the most I can say is just be yourself as long as you are safe. I know I've had people ask me in the past how to kind of get around school dress codes, or, you know, how to be goth when you're working in a place, or, you know, going to school in a place where it's not exactly accepted. As unfortunate as it is, sometimes you've got to just kind of go with it until you're, you know, on your own and you can do it yourself. Kind of like, in a small sense, the situation with my lip piercing. My parents were really not happy about it and really did not want me to do it while I was in college. And they were supporting me through college, and because they were doing that, I knew that I needed to listen to what they were saying and to wait until I was, you know, kind of off on my own before I did that body modification, because I knew that they were just really not happy about it. And that did mean a lot to me. I have parents who I love and respect very much. So for me, it was a hard decision to do that when I knew that they disapproved of it. But in the end, it is my body and it is what I want to do with it. That kind of is going to win out. And I would say if you're in a similar situation where you've got parents who are really against it, or you know, you've got a place of work or school that is really against it. Obviously with work or school, don't be losing your job or getting kicked out of school because you want to dress alternatively. You know, as horrible as it might feel, you know, you might just have to kind of wear plain black clothes and don't do any extreme body mods or crazy hair until you're in a place where it is more socially acceptable. And if you're taking real grief from bullies, definitely seek out help. You know, if you're in a school situation or something, definitely tell someone, talk to someone about it. You know, there's no reason to let it continue the way it is if you've got someone constantly berating you for who you are or what you look like. If it's online, just ignore them. They're trolls, they're anonymous, they get their kicks, you know, picking on people online, likely because they don't feel confident about themselves and they don't like people who can be so expressive and confident in themselves. If it's family, that's the hardest. If you've got family who really don't like the way you look and will not accept you for it, that's, you know, that's probably going to be the hardest situation. I know there are people who have that problem, who have parents who will not accept piercings, will not accept colored hair, will not accept tattoos, and that is a very personal situation that you would just have to kind of deal with yourself, whether you decide that it really is your own life and you want to break away from that, or whether you want to really talk it out and work with your family and maybe come to some kind of compromise. But like I said, that's a very personal situation. That's a very kind of case-to-case situation, depending on, you know, what the circumstances are. But if it's going to jeopardize you, you know, going to school or having a roof over your head or being able to eat, I would say, you know, wait until you can support yourself before you start being super creative, because the most important thing is being safe and, you know, having a place to live and, you know, going through school and being able to support yourself later on. Because as much as it might suck now and as much as you might hate, you know, not being able to express yourself, which is something that I've totally felt and, you know, is really a horrible feeling for people who are so expressive and who are so kind of colorful inside, at least, and want to let that out, you might have to wait and, you know, do that when you can support yourself behind it. Yeah, so I hope that helps. I hope that that is a good answer to that question. If you have any more questions about that or anything else that I've talked about, please leave that in the comments below. I would love to talk to you guys about it, or if you have experiences that you would like to share with me, I would love to hear. I love to listen and hear your guys' stories. And I would love to know your answers to any of these questions as well. So if you want to let me know in the comments below if there's a question that you have a cool answer to, or if you want to answer all the questions, definitely hit me up in the comments. I would love to chat with you guys. So that was the tag. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a while since I did a tag, so I thought it would be fun. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media. The links will be in the descriptions below. I post on Instagram quite often, and I'm on Snapchat like pretty much every day because it's so easy to do while I'm on the go. So when I'm so busy and I can't quite make videos once a week like I want to, I'm definitely going to be on Instagram. I'm definitely going to be on Snapchat. My Facebook as well is a great place to contact me if you want to talk one-on-one in person, as well as DMing on Instagram and things like that. So I hope to hear from some of you guys, and I hope you are doing very, very well, and have a great week. Bye.